Hey Raiders, I'm Austin.
And I'm Will.
And welcome to Raider Review. On today's episode, we go over the recent Murder Mystery Theater show,
the Wylie Way shopping event,
and a compilation of Marin and Lexi's podcast, along with a comedy weather segment.
All this and more
on Raider Review.
Hey Austin, did you hear about the Murder Mystery show?
Nah, unfortunately I couldn't go.
Well, luckily for you, Priya made a package on it.
Let's watch that right now.
In November, our theater department hosted their third annual Murder Mystery show, where actors and technicians came together to create an engaging and interactive show for the Wylie community.
So what a typical rehearsal would look like each day is the students would come in, they'd come in and warm up, and then after warm-ups, they would either get blocking from the director, they would work on some character things.
The rehearsal process was fun. It was very fun. We came in the mornings, and because we had two casts, we alternated between each of them each morning, and we would definitely try and make new choices to see if something would be funnier.
One of the challenges the actors faced during the show, the biggest one was really how to get around the space, because with the audience sitting together, it was really hard to, get everything exactly how you want it to be, because you never know who's going to be sitting where.
Some of the challenges that the actors and the technicians had to face was timing and putting the lighting cues where they need to be in between the lines. And because it was a comedy, we definitely had to work a lot with the sound cues and timing it with what we were saying.
I think though what our actors overcome the most is just being able to get out of their comfort zone, to be silly, to bring really over-exaggerated characters to life can be challenging. But once it clicks for you, you never go back. The idea behind the murder mystery actually came about with trying to find a way to meet the needs of our students. So Becca Glaze, 3 years ago, who was the head director before me, she wanted a way to bring the community together and to bring joy and teach fundamentals to our varsity kids and be able to really give our varsity students a show that is just their own, that isn't competition-based.
The idea behind the Murder Mystery Dinner Theater was to get the audience running together with us, and basically it's an investigation process where you try to find out, who killed. It's just basically to get everyone together and to keep a good night going.
The idea behind the murder mystery was that it would be more immersive because you're sitting right there, kind of where the actors are.
I think what makes the murder mystery special is it is an opportunity to bring a story to life that you never thought you'd be able to be a part of. And you get to do it with the people that you love, and you get to tell a story that is just fun, that brings joy to other people, and there's food involved. And it really just is a good time. I don't know that we have a show in our season that is so community driven in a way that just, I feel like it brings people together.
Man, now I really wish I could have gone.
I know, right? Hopefully you can see the next show.
Yeah. Well, coming up, we're going to be looking at some highlights from Marin and Lexi's podcast, Dumb and Dumber.
Let's watch that now.
Hot or not? You want to take one?
Yes!
I'm never at home.
Go funny.
For what?
Hey, this is Dumb and Dumber.
Where she's dumb and dumb. You're the opposite of coquette. You're ratchet.
I was. Okay.
Well, I lost a coworker.
How do you?
First hot or not is most.
First hot or not.
We have an example.
Is this? whenever you see someone carrying this down
Like
the
you
hallway,
like, oh, those
is
are
that an ick?
annoying.
I think the people who have those are probably the same people who get Starbies every single day. Probably the favorite restaurant's probably Chipotle. They probably go to Target a lot. Probably listen to a lot of Taylor Swift. Yeah. It's all right.
And first ever Raider podcast.
Man, that podcast looks awesome. Let me transition over to the green screen for the weather segment.
What's up, Raiders? When it's winter in Texas, it becomes more apparent than ever that you don't predict the weather. The weather predicts you. That being said, as an expert meteorologist, I'm going to do my best to try and predict the weather for winter break. On the precipitation front, while it's always raining threes with our Raider basketball teams, you never know if you're going to get poured on if you actually go outside at all during break. So always remember to bring an umbrella. How did I get up here? As far as temperature goes, our soccer team has been training really hard and they're ready to bring the heat in the coming season. So we might expect to see a little bit of a heat wave regardless of it being winter. All that being said, this is Will the Weatherman signing off.
Okay, not gonna lie, that was pretty funny.
I know, right? I had so much fun doing it.
Well, next up on this episode, we have the Wylie Way shopping event.
I want to know more about that. Let's go watch it now.
Hello, Raiders. In the spirit of giving, ROTC is coming together for a special event to bring holiday joy. Let's see one of the people that oversees this.
During Wylie Way Christmas, I helped at the checkout area to make sure all of the different presents were properly bagged, had all the receipts and other documents like that.
What is Wylie Way Christmas?
Wylie Way Christmas is essentially an event where we gather money, go get these little cards, and they have specific sort of children on it, where we go to Walmart and other stores like that to go buy them presents because they do not have funding themselves or any way to get their own Christmas presents. So we go to stores and buy them those presents.
Our dedicated cadets have several ways of raising money for this event.
A lot of our cadets really get together to not only go to buy those presents, but they gather the money itself. They go ask relatives, people in the neighborhoods, and just really anywhere to have that money to go get those presents. It really brings people together for a common cause to help other people.
The support we receive from our community is critical in making this event successful. Each year, over 1,000 students are supported.
When we do the shopping event and we bring all of the toys back here to the school and we fill up the classroom with them and then take the pictures, and I think at that moment, when you open the door for the first time and a class walks in and sees all that they've accomplished set before them with all the toys spread out, you hear the gasps and you hear the wow, and then a lot of times you hear, oh, I bought that, I picked that out. And so from a teacher standpoint, I can see it. It's very visual. I could see the energy and the enthusiasm for that sense of pride and purpose in what they've accomplished. And I think that carries over into whatever the next service event that we take on is, and you just continue to reinforce that. And as you do that, you build within those students this desire to serve others.
Wylie Way Christmas is an amazing event that helps families have presents under the tree. This is Samuel Lawrence signing off for Raider Review.
Man, I really enjoyed that, and I'm glad it went to a good cause.
Same here. I'm glad we have such a great ROTC program.
Well, that's all the time we have.
And always remember,
it's a great day to be alive and a great day to be a Raider.
See you next time on Raider Review.